Welcome back and thanks for joining us. If you're new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified of each new video. In the last video, we got back to work on the van, this time to make frames for the upper cabinets. In this video, we're putting up painted plywood panels. We put up something simple and lightweight that will be easy to replace later if we decide to change it. We're also closing up this workshop and moving to a new location. We've appreciated every minute here and the kindness of our landlord, Jean-Pierre.
So delicious.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Do you get a little taste of Mexico? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love colors. So time to go eat a little bit of Mexican salad. So I get a little bit of taste of Mexico. And let's get to work.
Hey guys, this is Dory, and I'm Mena. We travel with our lovely dog Fiona to help you discover the most beautiful spots and to share with you what it's like to live as a nomad. So subscribe and welcome to our channel. For this project, we followed the tutorial by 70 Savage. If you'd like to see that video, we'll link it in the description below. These are the materials we used. A 60 by 60 inch sheet of 1/8 of an inch plywood. To be more specific, we used 4 sheets. Painter's tape, a jigsaw, white paint and painting supplies, varnish, plastic glass liner joints and end pieces, 3M Velcro. To make our templates, we use paper from a craft shop, but if you have cardboard available, that will work in a pinch too.
Today's video, it's going to be about closing the walls. I've been looking for this step for such a long time. Let's get to it. We need something light, something removable, and easy to work with. We figure 1/8 plywood sheets should do the job. A couple of weeks ago, we went to Langevin Forêt and we purchased a few of them. The only size available was 5 feet by 5 feet. So this means we're gonna have a scene right in the middle. First step we need to do is create a template to cut the plywood. In our case, we used craft paper. We had some left over from a different project, so we put it to use. If you have access to cardboard or any other tin plywood, definitely use it. When you're creating your template, always make it a little bit bigger. You don't want to cut into the plywood for a perfect fit. It's always easier to trim out than to add. Once your template is done, it's time to transfer into the plywood. We're also using a jigsaw with a fresh blade to cut into the plywood.
Good morning guys, another day at the workshop. Today is day 2 of wall coverings. So after covering this wall here in carpet and absolutely loving the result, we realized that we didn't have enough to do the sliding door, and we have to redo that back door because if you remember, we actually put it in backwards. So we went on eBay today to order some more, and lo and behold, they're out of the specific color that we have. And it's not really gonna look that great if they're all different colors. So best case scenario, they're gonna order some more and we'll have to wait 4 weeks. And worst case scenario, we're gonna have to rip everything out and start from scratch. But if we have to do that, at least we have the experience under our belts and we know what to do and what not to do so that it looks really nice. So, and it's pretty easy to remove. I mean, you are like tearing it off the wall, but I mean, it's not impossible. So we could do that as a worst case scenario. Otherwise, we did work on this wall panel, which we think is looking pretty good. Now, we have so many different ideas about what we want to do with this wall. I was thinking about, because it's the backrest of the bench, I was thinking of making a tufted backrest. But because of the thickness of the plywood, I think it would be a little bit difficult. It's a 1/8 inch ply, and I think we would need at least a 1/4 inch to accomplish something like that. So just to kind of move things along, we're gonna simply paint it white with several coats of paint to make it more resistant to water, well, to humidity actually. So this is going to be plywood. We have to patch a little plywood there, and then the bathroom we're going to put the glass liner FRP. Same thing back there, glass liner FRP, and then here is going to be the panel. And for now, the panels are going to be white. So that's what we're working on today. We're going to paint this white, make that patch there, and then figure out this panel, the patch, and then I think the glass liner is probably going to be for another day. So that's what we have in store for us today in the workshop, and we're kind of having like a last minute appreciation of this workshop. Dilemma, not really dilemma, because we are leaving. It's going to cost us less money to park in front of the in-laws and use their home as a base, and it's also going to take less time to get to and from the workshop. It's only going to take us an hour round trip versus here, which is 2 hours. And when you're working already 6 or 7 hours in your workshop, another 2 hours makes for a very long day. So we're looking forward to that, but at the same time, the floor here is level. We have so much space. We can open this amazing barn door and just, you know, we're in nature. I mean, it's so quiet here. There are really no neighbors. There's never anyone around, and we kind of work in peace and quiet, but it's time to go. When it's time to go, it's time to go. So next Saturday is going to be the day that we really pack up everything and you know, try and fit everything in the van. We might have to make 2 trips. Hopefully not, but it's starting to look that way because we have a lot of huge bulky items. But for now, we're gonna get started on painting and cutting out some more plywood. So stay tuned to see how it ends up.
Honestly, this is a very straightforward job. It's just time consuming. So always measure a little bit bigger. Once all the big pieces that you don't need are out, bring it back into the van and see where it gets stuck. It shouldn't be by too much. Mark it with a pencil, go back outside. If the leftover that you need to cut is too big, you could use a jigsaw. If it's just a little sliver, you could sand it down. So we did this dance back and forth until we got it right. The plywood sheet only bends easily towards one side, one direction, and this is the side the grain is, the wood grain. So make sure you're paying good attention to this, because when you're putting that plywood against your wall, you don't want to be working against that grain. You want to be working with that grain. I hope that makes sense. We also put painter's tape on top of the line that we traced, and that was to prevent any sort of splintering when using the jigsaw. Our first goal was to make sure the panels would fit correctly into the wall. So we hid every single wire that was exposed back inside the walls. We also made sure to end the edges of the panels underneath the furniture. In case if we have some imperfections, the furniture would hide all of that mess. When the panels were fitting properly against the wall, then we went ahead and started making the holes to put the wires through.
So this is our progress. We're not sure yet how we're going to close this gap here. That is to be determined. We're going to use this glass liner seam here to close the seam to connect these 2 pieces of plywood. And the PVC trim that we got for the glass liner for the end kind of looks like that. So that nicely closes that off on that side. Yeah, and we're gonna put probably carpet to create a thermal bridge on that pillar. So I think we're still gonna need to take off like 1/8 of an inch off the end of this. So that's what we're gonna do. But I'm pleased with how it looks so far. The side was pretty easy. I'm glad for that. The other side's gonna be a little bit more complicated because we need holes for the wires. There, we created like a little clover hole for those wires there because we have a lot of wires on that side.
There's also another one there that we have to make for the water pump.
Where?
Somewhere there, I guess. There's a water pump there, no?
Yeah, no, it's down here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice, so that's it.
Yeah, so what I did also, because this plywood is like digging into the Easy Cool, I glued down some of this mini cell foam. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more there too, just because otherwise it's like gonna cut, and anyway. So just gonna do that. But yeah, I think we need to adjust this a slight bit more because it's overlapping a bit. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're still gonna take like another 1/8 of an inch off that side so that we have space to put the carpet around here, and also gives us, because we added 1/4 of an inch because of these two pieces of trim. So just keep that in mind if you're gonna be using this trim. Just keep that in mind when you're doing your calculations. Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Good.
Walls are closing in.
Me too. In a good way.
You're in my head, in my arms. I can't shake the feeling. Put my hand on my heart. I won't let go. You're my light through the dark. You keep me believing. Thanking my lucky stars everywhere I go. A little bit of love makes it feel right.
Okay guys, this is where we sign off today. So we're already done with the pieces of plywood in the sense that they're fitted, they're cut. I need a slight adjustment over here, maybe, but probably not. So we have to paint to make it a little bit waterproof because we know that there's going to be a little bit of humidity in the van, or to protect it from humidity in the van. So that's what we decided on for now. We wanted to make them a little bit more elaborate. We think that simplicity is best at this point, mainly because we want to get this build done. We want to get on the road, and we could always change the walls. We're just Velcroing them. We're not screwing them in. So we could easily just unscrew, you know, the frames, all these frames, remove the panels, and do something different if we choose we need to do that. But if we're happy with it, we'll just stick with it.
Hey guys, so today it's Friday. We have one more day over here. We took this for 6 months and tomorrow's the last day. I can't believe it went by this fast. We did a lot of work though, and very grateful for this shop. Anyway, if anybody is interested in this shop from the area, we're in Saint-Zotique, reach out to me and I might be able to hook you up. The only reason why we came today is because we want to paint the panels, and that's because we have the shop. We don't want to do this on the street because starting on Sunday, we're going to be finishing the van from my parents' driveway house. But since we have the shop for a few more days, we figure it's going to be ideal to get the paint on, let it dry with no dust floating around. We learned this the hard way when we put the vinyl on the car. So let's get to work.
So this is what we have right now. We're going to do a bit of an assembly line, and we're going to start out here because this is the one with the tarp and we have the most space to work with. We'll put the paint up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put probably 2 coats of paint on the back, and it's kind of like paint that's for kitchen and bathroom, so it's anti-humidity. And we're gonna then move them over there. We have 3 different surfaces where we could leave it to dry. It is windy outside, but we're gonna close the door a little bit more and that should be fine. And then once they're dry, we're gonna flip them over and probably do 2 coats on the front and then varnish and you know, sanding in between. So we're just gonna, I mean, see how much sanding, and hopefully it's not gonna be too much sanding, because as soon as you get sand, then you get dust, and you know, we don't wanna introduce too much dust over here, because now this is our painting area. We'll just be sanding on the front, and it's just to get rid of like little, you know, pieces of plywood that's stuck to the surface, and you know, if we see some paint that has bubbled or whatever, it shouldn't, but if we see that, then we can sand that off too, yeah?
Yeah, there's no point sanding in the back because it's just going to create more dust and
Exactly, yeah. So we're trying to keep this area as dust-free as possible, and that's why we wanted to do it here. But already it's super windy, so should be fine though. We can control, you know, the door being open, closed, and everything like that. All right, another day in this workshop. It's our last day working in this workshop, so we're gonna enjoy it.
Little bit of love waking me up, making the sunshine. Little bit of love from up above, taking me so high. Little bit of love, can't get enough, won't you be mine?
So we're pretty much done for the day. I think we worked 4 hours, 5 hours of painting. We would have continued a little bit longer. The thing is, this is 1/8 plywood. And even though the paint is drying, we could feel that the wood is moist. But when we lift it, you could tell it got heavier. So we're gonna let it dry for the night. A good 12 hours should do good. We ended up doing 2 coats on the back and 3 coats on the front. And we almost used the full gallon of paint.
We have less than a quarter left.
This is the guy we used. Kitchen and bathroom paint. So that's gonna be it for today, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning guys. So today it's Saturday and it's moving day, June 6th. So before we move, we're gonna finish the panels. We have 1 more coat of varnish. Are we still sanding?
We might.
We might. And once these guys are done and dried, we put them in the van. We pack the van up and we drive her to our new destination. Let's get to work because it's gonna be a busy day.
Fireworks in my chest every time I see her. Steal my breath, I forget everything I know. Oh, it's true what they say, love is like a fever, burning me up, turning me red, knock me off my toes. 'Cause what I need.
Alright guys, another day done. Not moving today. We're supposed to move today, but luckily the landlord, the guy that we're renting the shop, came to say goodbye. Lovely guy. He said he had someone, but it's on standby. Again, if anybody wants this shop for the winter, this is in the Saint-Zotique, near Valleyfield, maybe 20 minutes from Valleyfield. Let me know, reach out to us in personal message. So you could reach out through Facebook, Instant Messenger, we'll reply there, or Instagram Messenger.
Or email.
Or email, yeah, that information is there as well. So if you want the shop, let me know and I'll forward the information to the owner. Lovely shop, love the place. It is a little far, but we did appreciate the privacy. Not only that, we had 0 issue with snow in the morning. When we came, it was always cleaned. You do have a heater. Propane, you have to pay. So basically, he fills up the bottle, the big bottle outside, and then at the end he fills it up, you pay the difference. He shows you the bill to if you need. But anyway, we're not leaving today, we're leaving tomorrow because the last coat of varnish is just taking long to dry. All right guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the big move. Hey, good morning guys. So today's Sunday, June 7th, and yeah, officially our last day today. So they're dry now, and today is just gonna be installing these guys so we could leave. So we're gonna install them. We're gonna attach the cabinets because we had to unloosen them because they do tuck in the cabinets. So that should be really easy, really fast. And then we're just gonna pack everything up and go. We're gonna go to my parents' house. They have a decent sized driveway, street that's not too busy. Good thing about it is it's gonna be closer. I'm gonna see my family more often. Restrictions are lifted. Also gonna see my niece, my brother, my parents. We're gonna have access to a kitchen. We're gonna have access to a bathroom. So all around it's positive. Hey babe, Biggie. He came to say bye-bye. It's the neighbor's cat. Nice cat. Let's see how friendly he is. He is very friendly because last time Manna was grooming him. Biggie. Hey Biggie. Very friendly cat. Hey buddy. I know we're leaving. You upset? Me too. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, his tail grew back. He got a haircut on his tail. He had a lot of knots. So this is how we're gonna install our panels. We're using EM Industrial Velcro for the panels. We don't want any nails. We don't want to glue it down. It's also gonna be wedged behind the furniture, the two pieces. So the one at the bottom, the one on top. That's why we're not putting screws. And easy access if we want to, you know, put some wires, remove some wires, yada yada.
I wish I brought orange chalk crayon today, but instead we brought a white one, so it didn't really help us much. But we're using this painter's tape to figure out where to put the strips. So we're just missing 3. So we're gonna put these strips, do a little sand, wipe the area with alcohol, put the 3M strips, and when these 3M strips here are on, then we're going to put it again to catch those other pieces of tape that we didn't catch the first time, because we don't have a better system right now.
You're in my head, in my arms, I can't shake the feeling. Put my hand on my heart, I won't let go. You're my light through the dark, you keep me believing. Thanking my lucky stars everywhere I go. A little bit of love makes it feel right. Little bit of love waking me up, making the sunshine. Little bit of love from up above, taking me so high. Little bit of love, can't get enough, won't you be mine? Little bit of love. Little bit of love. Fireworks in my chest every time I see her. Steal my breath, I forget everything I know. Oh, it's true what they say, love is like a fever, burning me up, turning me red, knock me off my toes. Cause what I need most is a little bit of love makes it feel right. Little bit of love waking me up, making the sunshine. Little bit of love from up above, taking me so high.
All right, where'd you put the keys? They're both there. Thank you, workshop. Let's close it both together.